Hi you guys, and welcome back to the channel DoBeLive, where I want you to do well, be well, and live well. And I did this at the end of the clip, but I forgot to do it in the beginning. Welcome to the community. I am reintroducing myself because this is my new journey of fulfilling and walking into a lot of the things that I had put on the back burner in my life, in my journey at this time. So I do hope that you enjoy this content. I hope that it resonates with you for where you are. I share a lot about my own personal journey. Today I am discussing things surrounding vastness and comparing, which came to me during my meditation this morning. So please take a look around as we build and grow the content in this channel. And I just hope that you like, share, and subscribe, and also take away some love and good vibes and healing energy. So thank you for being here and stay tuned. Grand risings, my lovelies. So I wanted to come on and take this time to just share some things as it relates to recognizing and knowing that we're always in a constant state of coming into some type of abundance, prosperity, and wealth because of vastness. And also understanding that there is enough, and understanding that we have no need or a reason to compare ourselves to others because of this vastness of the universe, of the world, on a space conscious level, in a spiritual sense. I know a lot of people tend to think that, or really don't have a true understanding or understanding of space consciousness or spirit. And it's weird because it's like this dichotomy where in one aspect you have a knowing or belief or an idea that there is something beyond life here as we're experiencing it as humans. And then on the other hand, there's a lot of energy that feels as though there isn't anything beyond this life once we've had this human experience. And so let's not be mistaken. Despite what science says, despite what religion may say, the facts are, or even whatever spirituality say, I'm not going to be biased because I've had a chance to experience both aspects in terms of beliefs. I've, walked and journeyed in religion, and, I am now on my spiritual path. And the bottom line is that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So with that being known, regardless of what you believe, you have to know that it's infinite as well. So it's in a constant fluctuation of simply transferring, transforming, and changing, because it can't be created nor can it be destroyed. There is no separation, which starts talking about polarity and duality and yin and yang and balance. But that's a video for another day. The main thing that I want to help you understand, as I've come to understand it, is that, I'm sorry guys, Luna's in heat, so I don't know that I'm gonna keep this or not, but Luna, please, Luna. Wait a minute. She do this every time, which is why she has to go in the room when I'm doing readings, because she be walking across the camera. Alright, but she's in heat. No, we've not had her spaded yet because of everything with the pandemic. It's been kind of hard to get her in certain places. So we're trying to do Planned Parenthood, and that's by appointment only on certain days. So back to what I was saying though. But as I've come to realize it, that I think at one time I felt as though there was never enough. You know, it's no secret, I've shared with you during the first day of Jupiter Award Thursday, where we discussed abundance, all things abundance, that I personally had been in the space the last several years, excuse me, of healing money issues. My tea, peppermint, and elderberry this morning. And with honey. But I've been healing money issues, and in the last 2 years, or even in the last several months, even though I have always had things that I needed provided for me, whether it was monetary, whether it was in the form of an opportunity, I realized that I've never really gone lacking. There may have been times in my life where I felt like it didn't come on time, or it wasn't coming fast enough. But we don't dictate time. We don't. Regardless of what you think and how you feel, you're not controlling time in this dimension. It is linear. And then that's where, you know, spirit comes in. That is where space consciousness come in. That is where understanding what is an alignment for who you are and where you are, and understanding, you know, how that lines up as well with your faith, or, you know, your divine purpose this life. And to some people this is a bunch of, you know, malarkey. To each his own. Not my problem or my business. But to whom that it will resonate for. Yeah, there were times where I felt as though, you know, I knew, I had a knowing that, you know, I would always be provided for. But I think we go through things in this world as humans. We have experiences that are just, we perceive as so traumatic and so hurtful or so challenging that it distorts, discombobulates, discourages our mindset. It allows the ego to truly consume our thought patterns and our behaviors about scarcity and lack and poverty consciousness. But the universe is constantly showing us in subtle ways and in some grandiose ways that, hey, all you need is here, and you have all you need. So a lot of that I'm starting to see has a lot to do with being present. And it's, for me, I dealt with a lot of anxiety. We'll talk about anxiety and mental health on another one as well. But I've always been very anxious. My mother did not confirm for me until I was in my, I think I might have been like right at 30 or 31, that I was her ADHD child, or I was diagnosed with attention deficit and hyperactive disorder. Okay, so for me, as I got older, one of the things that I started to notice is that I would get anxious about money. And I would get anxious about, you know, things that I felt I needed. Food, or, you know, shelter, clothes, cars, things of that nature. And I remember that in 2015 or 2016, so not too long ago, I had an experience in which I started to come to understand or come into the truth of what was blocking me. What I lacked was the capacity to shift my mindset and release whatever the thought pattern and behaviors were. Very intelligent girl, very intelligent. My mother taught me all that I needed to know about being able to handle things on a more monetarily monetary aspect, where, you know, budgeting and how to, you know, focus on what is needed, you know, not creating too much overhead, you know, and what to do when you feel like you're under. So for me, those experiences helped me to audit myself and my mindset and what I felt was really triggering me. And ironically, and this may not be the same for everyone, but my feelings about scarcity, lack, and poverty consciousness stem from my childhood of feeling abandoned and rejected. A lot of it more so my father, and then as I became older, realizing that the dynamic between me and my mother was very different. So it's deep, you know, inner child. And now you're talking about inner child wounds and needing to heal the inner child, which will also be another post for another day. But really understanding that the universe has all that we need. And if we are energy and it cannot be created nor destroyed, and everything that we need is here, then it is a matter of vibrating at a frequency, or being in a mind space, in a space within our heart and soul, to being open to receiving these things. Because I realized when I needed things the most, even if I felt as though it was delayed, it was always on time. And I think we forget that what is for us is exactly for us, and no one can take that away, whether it's given now, whether it's given later. And so we're talking about vastness and comparing. So it got to a point for me where in 2018 I created DoBeLive, a holistic health practice, which I changed the name because I am not a medical practitioner or a licensed healthcare professional, yes, but not in practitioner or a registered nurse or a medical doctor. So I changed it to DoBeLive, a holistic center. And I just remember all the frustrations that came with starting a new business, and you know, there was so much that I did not know and that I knew I did not know. And sometimes we could be so proud that we don't ask for help, and that may be a reason why you may be blocking your abundance. You may be stuck or at a standstill because we get so proud, or we fall into such a state within ourselves and our mind that we don't feel as though we're worthy, or that we deserve to have the things that we feel we desire, or the things that we know line up with who we are and what we're trying to accomplish, or what we're trying to fulfill in our lives. And I didn't know a lot of things about business. I'm not an accountant, you know, I'm not a loan officer at a bank. And so I had to learn how to humble myself, and I had to learn how to ask for help, you know, from the love and supportive people that I had in my corner. And that's a hard thing to do when you're so used to being independent. You know, that's a masculine trait. When you're overly confident to the point where, you know, you miss out because you don't know how to bring in that balance. Remember, we were talking about duality, yin yang, and I wasn't allowing the divine feminine, who this energy just let things flow. It's like water, you know. That's why water is a feminine energy, because you know, water, for as much as water can take away, water can also bring in. And it was a matter of learning how to allow this energy to flow in my life. Excuse me. So I didn't, you know, there were things that I had to learn. There were things that I had to relearn, that I had to unlearn. And I kept saying, well, you know, I feel like I'm doing so well. Like, why am I still stuck? Why do I still feel as though I need to heal money issues? Because I was missing the aspect of being present, of being here, of being now, taking in and being grateful for everything that I already had and already have, and being able to be generous and charitable and being able to share that back out. And so a lot of times it's simply that, one, you know, pride, you know, being too proud to ask for help. And then the other thing is that sometimes we compare ourselves. Like, why are we comparing ourselves? Like, my mother raised me, as I'm sure most people were raised, to, you know, not be envious and jealous of others. And I don't think it was ever that I was really jealous or envious, so much as I just couldn't understand, well, they started their business the same time I did, you know, why isn't mine moving the way that theirs is? And a lot of it had to do with the mindset about and or surrounding the vastness of space in the universe, or in your faith, understanding that you're always provided for. And so we compare ourselves, not knowing what, you know, the next person had to go through to get it, not knowing what they go through to keep it, or not knowing what may come so that they can continue to keep it. And I've always known that, but you know, you see things and again, it triggers something and it distracts you from being grateful for where you are. You know, celebrate every moment, celebrate every progress, every step that you're taking to become the best version of yourself. And this doesn't even have to be about business. This could be in your work. You know, this could be, you know, maybe you're a full-time parent, stay-at-home parent. Maybe, you know, you are working for another company, but you love what you do. Or maybe you work for yourself. Whatever the situation, there is not ever a need to compare yourself to what someone else has. Because when you compare yourself to others, not only are you feeding into that egoic, you know, that egoic mindset, but you're disrespecting your own gifts, talents, and abilities. And I'm pretty sure that is not how the universe or your divine team wants you to be thinking and feeling about what you came predisposed with into this life. So yeah, we get carried and caught up and carried away into what we see someone else doing. But maybe they didn't put as much effort. That ain't your story. Because at the same time, you still don't know what they've been through, that they're at that point, that what you see as their thriving success, you know, which is why it is important for us to stay in our lane and focus on where we are and focus on who we are, and sending, you know, loving vibes, sending, you know, loving energy, sending support to those people. You can have everything that you want, and you don't have to have what they have. Want what you want. For a lot of us, abundance, wealth, prosperity, financial security, and stability is very alike for a lot of people. There are a lot of like-minded people, you know, with that same frequency, or they're on the same wavelength. But if your abundance, prosperity, and wealth look different than that, then you shouldn't be comparing yourself to begin with. You really shouldn't. Because again, what are you telling the universe? You're ungrateful, you know. And a lot of times I don't even think we realize that we're doing it until after we've had a chance to really step back and think about, well, why, you know, we aren't taking off, or why certain directions or opportunities aren't coming. So as I bring this to a close, because I'm talking more than I wanted to, remember that coming from a place of consciousness, space consciousness, and awareness, you always have everything that you need. What we lack is the capacity, the ability, and the discipline to tune in to ourself, our higher self, our spiritual source, to get the answers. I said in last night's reading that for some of us it's just a matter of being still, being here, being now. There's so much power in the presence of now. It really is a gift, you know. I find myself saying that so much more. And I find myself so much happier when I'm just here and focused on the moment. Or when I'm grounded in nature and focusing on the beauty of the universe, of the world, wherever I'm at. So know that you're always provided for. Know that even though you feel as though things aren't moving as fast as you like, that it will always be right on time. And we laugh and like, ha, you know, and the whole while I was worried. And why? And look, what I need came as I needed. The opportunities, the doors to open, the need to manifest, it's here. And I was worried. So know that the universe has this vastness. Everyone can have what they want without interfering or bumping into the next. You know, there's so many, as an example, churches. There's so many churches that may very well be thriving. Mega churches, small churches, it doesn't even matter the size. But they're thriving because something about their faith triggers within their spirit and their soul that I'm being provided all that I needed, you know? And so that's why they can thrive, even though regardless of the denomination, regardless of the statutes and the doctrines and the ideologies that they go by, they're thriving because there is a faith, there is a trust. So you have to trust your spirit. You have to trust in the universe that all that you need is always provided. Not today, not tomorrow, but always. But the intent should always be to focus on the now. You know, be grateful for what you have now. Share those things. You know, you don't always have to give money to give time and attention and love. Kindness is free. A smile is free. A hug is free. You don't know how much of a difference that will make. And yeah, you might have given it out in that way, but the universe may see fit to bring it back to you financially. They may see fit to bring it back to you in terms of school. They may see fit to bring it back in terms of your business. So keep an open heart and an open mind, and know that there is enough for everyone to have what they need. When we can get out of that mindset, that crab mentality as well, we can grab and reach for so much more. And it was just on my heart to share that today because I missed you guys last week, Thursday and Friday for, you know, Abundance Thursday and Love and Venus. So Friday Venus, which is love and relationships. I miss you guys. And so I was like, you know what, as I was meditating, it kept coming to my mind, vastness and comparing. And I wasn't going to do this video, but I decided to take a few minutes now to share. Don't compare yourself, you know. Believe in you. Believe in your magic. And all that you need will be attracted to you. The people, the support. In this way, you're not confusing the universe. You're not confusing your angels and spirit guides and your ancestors. You're not putting that element of confusion or uncertainty or indecision out into the universe to yield stagnation, to yield delay. Because when you're open and you understand the truth about vastness and understand that comparing is just a subsect of ego, fear, of rejection, failure, then things will drastically and significantly change in your life. I guarantee you, I'm a witness. And yes, I have been healing money issues. I've healed it. But there were still things that were affecting me. And there's a difference. And maybe that'll be next time's talk. But that is my time. Welcome to the channel, DoBeLive. I know I'm doing it backwards. Welcome to the channel, DoBeLive, where I want you to live well, be well, and do well. Mind, body, and soul. And I do hope that you will take away some love, some clarity, some guidance, some peace, some good vibes, and some tea on this day. And thank you for all the love and support so far. I appreciate you all so much. And I look forward to coming back on Thursday with an update to see, you know, what may be changing in our careers, in our homes, you know, just all things Jupiter, abundance and expansion and growth. So thank you for being here. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have an amazing, this is Monday, but regardless of whenever you come across this message, but I hope you all have an amazing Monday. Namaste. Peace.